Well, good morning. Here we are, just outside of the northeast entrance gate of Yellowstone. I rolled into this camp just as it was pretty much dark, but stumbled down here and found a primo camp spot. Check that out. And by primo, I mean, look at this. It has its own fire pit, some cooking stones, which I partook of last night, and sleeping next to a babbling brook. Doesn't get much more primo than that. 7:40. I'd like to actually catch a trout or two between here and when I leave the mountains. I'm gonna try for one of the state park campgrounds in North Dakota today. And this tent is working really well too. Being a two-person tent, it's just big enough for me and all my junk. Man, couldn't be happier. Try to get a couple of these things dried out now that the sun is just about to hit us, and we'll be back on the road. Blue skies all around. Coming through Yellowstone Park was just some pretty fierce rain here and there. Got doused pretty well. Onward. All right, well, so much for that. To leave this glorious freaking Montana landscape, man, and this is just absolutely incredible. I actually had to turn around and come back to take some photos of this because this is all going in the rearview mirror, and tell you what, this is probably the highlight of the trip right here. It's pretty spectacular coming down through these mountains. Unbelievable. We are just past the top of the world, Montana, and dude, I wouldn't have stopped if my damn camera's acting up. So it's doing some really strange, weird, glitchy stuff. Bums me out a little bit, but hopefully this little piece will record, and you're just gonna have to use your imagination. This is without question, man, the most beautiful stretch of road, well, I've ever driven my motorcycle on, no doubt about that. But unbelievable, unbelievable. Oh man, it's just amazing out here. It's so rad. Woo! I mean, outside of Alaska, this is without question the most remote, rugged terrain I've ever driven through. I mean, this is insane. Love it. front end is coming apart. I don't understand what... Something took out my camera earlier yesterday, but I didn't hear anything, but apparently freaking did a number on that too. It's making me sad. What the hell? Good grief. It's almost like a giant rock came or something and hit that thing. I don't know. But yeah, it busted the shit out of the back of the Hero Session, so that's no good. I think it still functions, but the back cover's gone. Anywho, just got out of the mountains, about to jump onto Interstate 90. And was mapping out some potential campsites. I'm basically gonna head from here in through Billings, fuel up, and about campsites. Well, I don't like to pay for campsites. Here's why. Mostly just because their prices are outrageous. Case in point, I just called the Sakakawea. You would think it was Sacagawea, but it's not. Sakakawea State Park. About 6 hours from here. Looks like a prime camping spot, and they've got availability in nice primitive campgrounds. Primitive campgrounds, mind you. $17 per campsite, and then $7 to get into the state park. Dude, if I stayed at a freaking campsite a pay campsite every freaking night, I mean, I'd have to budget another $100 for a freaking three-day trip. It's not that I don't have $100. It's that, do I really want to spend $100 on? I mean, give me a break, dude. Give me a break. I don't pay for campsites. It's ridiculous. Second thing about campsites is, in places like Yellowstone, where I just rolled out of the gate there, last night I did pull off to check the availability of one of the last campsites because it's getting dark. Every one of them's full. I think campsites are always chock full. So, no thank you. Find a tree down by the river somewhere.